Hey there, welcome to Hermit Haven. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. We're so excited to invite you into our safe space. Hermit Haven is like a cozy little hideout where we can celebrate being confident in ourselves as we find happiness in quiet moments.
So grab your favorite blanket and your favorite drink, and let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Hermit Haven.
Hi, I'm Ashley. We're so excited to have you this week. We will be chit-chatting about, well, let's just go back a little bit. So if you haven't been listening to the other episodes, they kind of tie in together and they kind of don't. So it's okay if you listen to this episode separately, but we did kind of keep them all tied in. So we go back, not last week, but the week before, so 2 weeks ago, we talked about how everyone has a timeline and you got to kind of keep going forward, right? And then we went into the next week and we talked about how in each journey timeline, however you want to look at it, you have chapters, right? And you want to feel confident in those chapters, right? Well, this week we're going to talk about how to respect others in their chapters and in where they are in life, because I feel like so many times that is part of the puzzle. When you are showing up for others, you're respecting them, you're helping them feel confident in their journey and where they are, you start growing this I don't know, this magical, amazing family. Like you become even more amazing and the people around you even become more amazing. Like it's really about growing together and becoming together. And that's what our podcast is about too. So another thing that we wanted to throw out there, if you haven't, been listening or you haven't caught up, we had a bonus episode where we did talk about this, that we came out with a cute little, we can call it a newsletter, but we call it our cozy little Haven edit. And this little cozy edit, it has all the things we're loving, it has some journal prompts for you. It just has some stuff that we want to give back to you because we want to support you in your chapter. And so this episode is really important to us because I think so many times we talk about us, we talk about our personal journeys, we talk about how we move forward, but this is really the missing puzzle piece. How do I help my fellow neighbor? How do I help the woman that I don't even know? How do I help my best friend? How do I help, even my children, right? This is all part of it. Let's get into it.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah. I mean, if you look around, like whenever I'm very into, okay, this is my thought. I'm very into journaling. I'm very into art. I'm very into deep conversation. And a lot of my really close friends, that's just not their thing, right? And that's okay. Like we're all different, so we're all going to make different choices. Like most of my best friends have totally different hobbies or things that they love or things that make them feel amazing, or obviously in their lives, our children's ages, like all the things. They're all different, and that's normal, right? Because we're all in different chapters. And so I always think about this like it's okay that my best friends don't have the same hobbies as me, because I can go on the internet and find other people that do those kinds of hobbies just to get ideas, you know what I mean? But I'm still able to show up for my best friends, for my family, for my boys, that have different interests than me and different things that they love. And I think that is so important. And I know that I feel like sometimes we just want to only have people that do the same things that we do, right? Like, because we're just excited about what we're doing and we want someone to talk to it about or talk about it too. And that's cool. But if you really want to have deep relationships and deep friendships and things like that, then you have to be able to listen to others talk about what they want to listen to. Like my husband loves golf and I'm trying to learn it this year, but and the NBA and golf are passions for him and he loves talking to me about it. And I have to listen because I love him, but that does not interest me really at all. Like maybe golf a little bit, but and so it's just knowing how can I be there for other people with what they're loving or the stage of life that they're in or different things that they're going through. Like how can I be there for them when that's not where I'm at and maybe I haven't experienced it yet,
Yeah. I mean, you can even take it a step deeper, right? How can I ask the right question so this person's feeling heard in the thing that I don't understand, right? Like someone might come to you with, I don't know, whatever life problem, whatever work problem, whatever challenge, right? Like Jack can come to me and be like, so I'm trying to journal and I can't figure out how to get this into one journal, but then not put this in this journal, right? And I don't know what Jackie's talking about journaling. Like maybe I know a smidget because I know something about journaling, but maybe I can ask Jackie the questions like, well, what will be more useful, right, for you, right? So maybe it's helping guiding that friend too, right? So instead, it's not just showing up for the minor things, it's really showing up and being like, what questions can I ask so this person's feeling heard, this person's feeling
Yeah.
loved?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just had like a flashback to 2023 and just like how I was feeling in 2023. If you don't know the story, I'm not going to go into all of it, but like my brother was diagnosed with ALS many years ago and was in the hospital in the beginning of 2023, and then I had to get like a restraining order against a creepy stalker dude, and then my dad died, and none of my friends had basically experienced any of those things. And when I remembered, obviously it was very tough, but like the biggest thing that I feel like people could do for me was trying not to tell me how I felt, or you know what I mean, but like to listen to me and just be there, like just listening. I know sometimes we want to like fix if it's something like that. I know I'm like getting deep and like
Yeah.
not everything is that deep, but like when it becomes like a deep issue like that, it's like I just wanted someone to hear me. I just want you to listen to me and just be like, You're incredible. How can I support you?" Or just be there, you know? And I know everyone wants to like fix the problem and be like, "Oh, maybe you should try this," and that's great. But if you have never experienced it, it's really hard to give someone like suggestion and then want to follow it because it's like you've never experienced what I've experienced. So like, how do you know? You know? But anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to get so deep, but I was just thinking about that when you said like just be there to listen to someone, because that's all we
No,
want as humans is to be heard.
but besides being heard, what's some other ways? Like, let's be real. Like, let's get deeper, right? Like, it's not just being heard. Maybe it's like, okay, I don't understand my best friend's child's football. Like, I don't understand football, but like maybe my best friend like feels lonely going to the games because her husband's working. So even though I might not understand, like showing up to support my best friend. I remember when I lived in Fort Collins, we kept going to rugby because Matt was on the rugby team, whatever, and the one of the wifeys, her name is Ashley too. She's amazing. If she's listening, I loved her. She's like literally absolutely amazing, right? She had a friend. I forgot her name though, but her friend didn't even have anyone that played on the rugby team, but her kids and Ashley's kids played rugby together on the like minor league. And so she would come to all the rugby games to sit with Ashley and Ashley's kids while Ashley's husband and son played.
Mm,
Like it didn't matter
yeah,
that she didn't understand. Like that's just
yeah,
like the little things, like,
yeah, yeah.
like
Just showing up.
exactly, like building that community. Like what did we say? Like if you want to have a village, you have to be a villager.
Yeah,
Like I just think like I didn't notice these things, right? Like, and I think so many times we too, like it could be something just as simple, like I know I'm not good. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not good at texting. I'm not good at that. But I might call you like randomly on a, 6 months later and be like, hey, so sorry. Or I might like voice message you 6 months later and be like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, it's not that I forgot, right? Like, sometimes we have to realize that sometimes people are not gonna always show up in your journey when you need them.
yeah,
And you can't hold people accountable to show up in your journey either.
yeah,
And so I think, supporting someone else in their journey is understanding that it's okay if you can't do it all, right? You cannot like do everything. Like you cannot like stop your life and like literally commit every single second every day to support someone in their journey. Like it, right? So that doesn't mean as soon as someone texts you to answer them back, but like say it's an emergency, take the extra 5 seconds to be there for them, right? Like your dishes can wait, but your friend is crashing out right now. Like take those extra 5 seconds to be there for your friend. Like, and I think that's like the recognition too is once you feel confident in your journey, you start knowing how to support other people in their journey, right? It's not fixing the problem. It's not being telling people how they feel, right? Even with children, how many times are we telling children how they feel? We're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You'll be okay. Like, you're crying your eyes out. You must be sad. Like, right? Like, how many times are we telling children, right? It starts like, we have to think about it. It's the same cycle with adults. How many times are we telling other adults how they are feeling?
yeah,
That's not how you respect and support someone in their journey.
yeah,
Respecting and supporting someone in their journey is like literally almost showing up as like an empty bag waiting for it to be filled.
yeah. Also, like,
But also having a Mary Poppins bag, like being able to pull out magic tricks.
yeah, like not judging people for how they respond to things too, because everyone's going to respond differently. And I know I just keep thinking of like deep topics. I'm sorry, but like grief, for example, some people are crying and just emotionally can't be around people. Like, I was literally in shock for like a week when my dad died. Like, I did cry, but like, people were probably like, "Is Jackie okay?" Because she's not crying, you know. But it was just like that's just how I processed it. Different people process different things differently. Um, And so just like not being judgmental in how other people are coping with things, even if you're like, well, that's not healthy. Well, but maybe it's healthy for them. Like everyone's so different. And I wish that like more people in this world realized it's okay to be different. Like being different is good. It's okay. And that's why I like this episode. I think is so important of being able to like show up for someone that is acting different or you being able to support them. And I know that maybe that can sound maybe confusing sometimes, like how can I support them if they're so different? But like we're talking about sending a text, saying hi, showing up for them at the base, at the base, whatever game, like just showing up and being there,
It's universal
checking
though.
in.
Like sending flowers to someone, like it's
Yeah.
universal to like send a sweet treat. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes like even when you don't know to buy someone a present, like sometimes it's just the universal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like this thing, like the things that we all need, even like if it's like sending a DoorDash gift card or an Uber Eats, or maybe they don't eat out. So maybe it's sending a like a Visa gift card and be like, I remember I had a friend, we're not friends anymore, this is the story of my life, right? And we'll get into this. I feel like this is like a really good, this connects in this chapter, like some of the reasons why I'm not friends with the people I'm friends with. But I had a friend, and every time something happened or something good happened, it didn't matter if it was good or bad, we'd always send back and forth $25 in like our Venmo to buy each other like a treat, to be like, okay, here's the $25 back, like go buy yourself a treat. Like it would just be like a kind of back and forth thing. Like we didn't maybe have like the same values and same interests. Like I didn't like the same food as that person. I didn't like the same things, but like universally, like I knew like they're going to use this $25 to go buy a treat or whatever, and the treat can look like a book. It can look like whatever, right? But I think so many friendships didn't work for me because two things. I noticed the person only wanted what they wanted for their journey and didn't like couldn't like meet me halfway. Like I think that's so big. Like I got so when we lived in Orlando, I would literally be in tears over this. Okay, I got like maybe and it got to the point where I just like kind of laughed it off eventually and kind of like realized this is just how life is. But I would every friend I had would be like, "Oh, we have to meet at Disney. Oh, I only can hang out with you at Disney. Can we go to the parks?" Like, can we just go to Target? Can we just like go run errands together? Can I just come to your house and like we can eat lunch? Like, can we just do daily day life? So I think that's why me and Jackie's friendship was so amazing because I would literally just be like, hey, Jackie, like, I know you have to go get the boys at a certain time, but what if I come over, we'll hang out and then we'll get the boys together and I'll just hang out with you and the boys, right? Like, we just made life work for each other, right? And I think that's sometimes supporting someone in their journey is saying, like, this person, like, I'm literally telling you too. Like, it wasn't like I was sugarcoating it and being like, oh, I don't know, like, and maybe not today. Like, I literally straight up was like, I don't want to go to Disney. Like, do you want to go somewhere else? Right? Like, can we go to a movie? Can we go somewhere else? Right? And I
Yeah.
think that's so important. Like, maybe this person only had interest in Disney, and that's why we were friends only. But it was the fact that they couldn't find a reason to respect me and support me outside my journey in like going to Disney and like wanting to do that, right? And I think that's sometimes what it is too, is like so like respecting someone wherever they want to go, like making them feel
Yeah.
confident. Like maybe someone
Yeah.
really has the itch to like, I don't know, go to a I don't know, like a Dungeons and Dragons tournament because they secretly been watching YouTube videos about it for like 2 weeks. And they're so embarrassed because they're a 30-year-old woman and like they don't want anyone to know, right? Like they don't, maybe they just need a friend to hold their hand and go with them. Like it doesn't matter if you understand. Like how fun would that be to like go support your friend in a new journey? Like I love
Yeah.
this topic because I know I was that woman that didn't support people. I know I was not that woman. I know, like, deep down, I wanted to be that woman. Like, I just didn't understand, like, people weren't supporting me, so I didn't understand how to support other people. Like, I remember I got so upset at people because they, like, and I know, and this is again, I learned that I'm in control of my feelings and the way I'm acting, and it has to do with my feelings, but like, I would get so upset because I would be going through something and I would be like begging to hang out with people and they just wouldn't hang out with me and they didn't like I just couldn't connect. Like I would get so frustrated and so mad. I'd be like I couldn't connect what was going on. Like I couldn't connect why they wouldn't hang out with me. I'm begging to hang out and I couldn't connect like what's happening, right? And I found out like they're just not supporting me in my journey and I'm not learning like and I'm not accepting it. And so I'm getting angry for how they're treating me. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's part of it is like once you start seeing that there's so many times in your life you were not being respected in your journey and where you were in your chapter, you start seeing how to respect other people. You start seeing how to respect other people in their chapter, right? And I think that's sometimes what it is. It's like we always say you have to go backwards to go forward.
Yeah, sometimes you need those experiences to learn like what not to do
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
life too, or do something, wrong and be like, well, that probably wasn't the right move. Okay, moving forward, what should I do? Like that's all life is just learning, like making mistakes, learning again, making more mistakes, and that's how you move forward and that's how you grow. Before we started the recording, we were kind of talking a little bit, and we can touch on it, like about kids and about like when you have kids. Ashley was like, I like that you don't push them to do like the same things. And I was like, well, they're their own people. So like why would I push them to do the same things? And do you want to talk about it or
Yeah.
do you want me
Continue. I love listening to talk about it
to
too. I mean,
no
you're experiencing it. You have two children who have a house full of like activities.
yeah. Yeah. I mean I guess I don't even maybe I just have like the worst memory, but I feel like I don't know a lot of families that really like that maybe I was around that really pushed. Like I do know that some families do like push all their kids to do like the same thing, or maybe like, a parent did a certain sport, so they want them to do that sport or whatever, and kind of like push them in that direction. I know that that's a thing, but at the same time, like my boys are so different. Like Gavin is very like wants to sit and like code things, and he loves to read, and and granted they're different ages, they're 5 years apart, but like he's very like he loves creating and drawing and like all this stuff. And Pierce is like I don't know, loves sports more. Like he loves like running around more. He might do a sport, like whereas Gavin might do like more like solo type sports. Like Pierce might do more like team related. And they're just different. So I just kind of like let them do whatever. And for me and our family, I know a lot of people do sports at a very young age. And I know like these days I get it. It's like so competitive that if you really think like, oh, my kid's going to get a scholarship for soccer, like sometimes you do have to put them in really young. I don't know. But for us, I was like, I really want us to have like a family unit and I want us to have more bonding. And the only time that we're going to get to do that and like control that is when they're young. Because when they're bigger, they get to decide what they want to do and they're off doing their own thing. And so I just feel like that's been just really helpful too. And they both get to kind of see each other's stuff. Gavin's influenced Pierce to like play video games, but there's things that Gavin does that Pierce is like, I don't want to do that. And I don't know, it's just fun. And I get to be just supporting them. And Gavin will talk to me about all sorts of like techie things. And I try so hard to listen and be supportive. And sometimes I'm like, Gavin, just don't understand why you're talking. You don't get it. But I try to be there. I try to listen and try to stop what I'm doing to listen. And I can't always do that. And sometimes I'll be like, right now, like this morning, I was like, Gavin, I'm journaling right now. So you just got to give me a little bit to like finish what I'm doing because I want to listen to what you're saying, but also I can't because I'm journaling. So just like let me finish my thing. But yeah, I don't know. Is that what we're talking about?
No, I feel like those are like you. So I want to say one big thing that you pointed out, but you didn't point out is
Hmm.
you were doing your own thing though. Like that, your kids know how to respect you in the things you want to do. So you're able to respect them in the things they want to do. That's a big deal right there. Like, right? So many times and I work with a million, thousand, and quadrillion families. So I'm not pinpoint any family. I'm not saying any family is bad. I'm just saying, like, I notice these patterns sometimes, right? Like, we don't have that. Like, as a mom, I'm my individual person. I need to do my own things and create those boundaries, right? And have your children learn how to respect you and what you need to do, right? I think so many times, like, our child's getting fussy and we need to go to the bathroom and we are like, oh, I need to go help my child now. But your child can wait 5 seconds. You need to go to the bathroom. Like, that's part of it, like learning that boundary, going back and forth. But I think another thing I want to point out in this little story about Gav is that he, like you were saying, he loves tech. I love, like, me and Gavin obviously talk, like, and I was telling Gavin and Jackie that I think Gavin should have his own little private like thing, like channel, so he can like put out what he talk. He loves talking about these things, so he can put out videos, like, and even if
On
no,
YouTube, to
yeah.
clarify.
Oh, I didn't want to say where it is, so you can tell
Oh,
where it is. It's your,
well, no
it's
one
your,
can find, like, he's private, so.
yeah. I mean, it's your child, so I was keeping a little bit detailed private there,
Oh, sorry.
but it's the fact is that he found confidence in himself that he started making even more videos, like, right, like it was the idea that he took, and
Yeah.
then he got confidence through that idea. Like sometimes you don't know how you're going to spark someone, and it's like I saw it with Gavin, right? We don't, and children are much easier to spark, right? They're not kind of like they don't have as much like I don't know ego
Fear.
in them. They don't have like
Yeah.
a experience. Like
Yeah.
they're more, they're more excited about like new adventures than we are. We're more hesitant because we've experienced so much life. And I
Yeah.
think this is part of it. Like you don't know what idea you're going to spark in someone, and you don't know what connections you're going to make in someone, and you don't know how you're going to change someone's life by supporting them and showing up for them and talking and brainstorming with them and just being a friend. Like you, and here's the thing too, is we talk about this all the time. It's season. So even if you show up for someone in this season, and you might never see this person again, right? It might have been like the person you sat on the bus with one time, right, on your way to New York, and you had a 14-hour conversation about I don't know what, right? And they told you, and they recommended some book, and you read that book, and that book changed your life. That person that you didn't even know supported your journey and created this confidence in you and created this connection to the next part of your journey. So don't be afraid to support someone in however you find fit. But remember, it's not when you're supporting someone, it's not telling someone what to do. It's not telling someone how to be. It's not, no, it's showing up with like an empty bag. That's Mary Poppins bag. Like, there's nothing in my bag, but if you need something, I'll go get it. Like Halloween Town type of bag, like I can pull it from another, like, if you need like, hey, you're having a bad day, you need ice cream, I'll be back in 20 minutes. I didn't come with anything, let me go get ice cream. Or hey, like, I'm on the way to your house, like, is there anything I can do for you, right? Or like, hey, I saw, you were telling me you were so busy this week. Like, let's say you have a friend that's been like stressing about their schedule and they live near you. Hey, I'm making an extra pot of chicken noodle soup. I'm gonna drop some off for your family. Right. And like again, your friends. So, like maybe that won't work for your friend, but maybe that would work for another friend. Like, your friends are like, hey, I just read a really good book. I'm gonna drop it off. I think you like it. Like
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
small little ways to support someone in their journey of life. Like sometimes we think it has to be like this big thing. Like we can only support people when like they're getting married or like they're having a baby or like, it's Christmas or it's like Easter, whatever. Like we think we can only support someone in those types of seasons. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
supporting someone in every single chapter. And a chapter might look like a day. A chapter might look like a week. A chapter might look like the unknown.
Yeah. It could even be like, hey, I saw that you posted that picture of you in that blue shirt and you looked freaking amazing in that color. And I just had to let you know. Like, it just like letting people know like that you're there. Something else that I was thinking about when you were talking about how, I told Gavin, like, hey, you just got to give me a little bit. Communication obviously is such a big thing. But for this topic, oh my gosh, because what if you can't be there for them right now? And
Yes.
you're like, hey, like, I know that you're going through something right now. Like, my child's got a fever. Like, can I call you tomorrow? Like, or whatever, just like letting them know, like, I want to be there for you, or I'm thinking about you. This is like chaos is ensuing right now. And so I can't physically be there, or I can't mentally be there.
Yes. I
I'm
love
I'm
this.
having a really off week and that's why I haven't texted you, or that's why like I'm just not I'm quieter, or whatever. Just like letting people know and being a little bit vulnerable and communicating.
Can we take this a step further? Can we take this a step further and say it's even okay to tell someone how they didn't support you in the season that you asked them to support you in and giving them a chance to show up to support you again? I know that sounds scary and I know that sounds hard, but it's so important to tell someone, hey, I know, and here's the thing, it's you have to show up in the sense that you're not mad. Like you're not mad, right? We're both holding ourselves accountable because obviously it's not what it is because we're two people, right? It just didn't happen. But like I honestly told one of my best friends, like I've been best friends with my friend Jamal 12, 13 plus years. And I say best friends, right? Like at the end of the day, like he's like my brother. But I can tell you very little about what's happened in the last like 5 years of his life, right? And I literally said to him the other day, I said, I'm disappointed in how long we've been friends and how much we've actually like communicated and talked in the last few years. Like I feel like we could be so much better in our friendship and we can help each other grow so much stronger. Like I know that was hard for me to say, but I felt like that changed. Like, and then once you say it, it's up to the other person to take what you said and do something with it, right? Like how much more confident do you feel that you communicated, right? Like what you need to support to be supported and how you want to support them.
But did you communicate that you needed that, or did you just expect them to give you that? Remember that one episode that we had about like
Yeah.
setting expectations in our head and thinking like this is how they should be supporting me, but then we don't actually tell them that. So we're just
Yes.
like, I don't, you like the way that you said it, like made so much more sense than how I probably just said it.
No, but you're
But
right.
like, it's a slippery slope because I agree. Like sometimes, like giving it's so hard to give that kind of
Yes.
communication too. But like if you haven't said like, "Hey, this is what I need," if you've said like, "Hey, I'm just in a really bad place. I need more support," and then they don't give it to you, that's one thing to be like, "I'm just really disappointed that like you didn't give
Yeah.
it to me." But if you didn't tell them and then you're like, "Oh, I'm just disappointed," and they're
You
like,
can't be
"But I
mad.
didn't even know."
You can't be
So
mad at someone for what you expected from them.
yeah, it's like a
100%.
you
But
gotta it's like a thin line there.
But it's okay, like, in this situation, it's okay to communicate, like, "Hey, in this scenario," and it's okay to say, "Hey, I don't know if that's a way you could have showed up for me," right? And that's part of it too, right? Like, I think so many times we see our friendships as very surface level. Like, I'm gonna hang out with you, I'm gonna call you if something like, if I truly trust in you, I'll call you if something's really wrong,
Yeah,
right? We see it very surface level, but maybe this is the deeper step to support someone in their journey, right?
yeah,
Is saying these were my assumptions. I know these were just assumptions about you, right? Because it came from my head. Is there, is any of these ways a possible way in the future you can support me? Because maybe this is what I need, right? It's about
yeah,
communication, right? And then maybe it's also saying, hey, I think I frustrated you and maybe I'm not correct, right? Sometimes you can, and it's not okay to like say, I don't know, tell other people how they feel, right? But you can say, like, hey, I feel like I triggered something and it's making me feel offset, right? Because you have a feeling too, right? Is there a better way I could have handled that situation when you came to me for support? Like,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so many times we think that, oh, a situation happened, we can't go backwards. Like, we can't go backwards. But like, I don't know, I learned this a lot from like my husband, like Matt. Like, I feel like listen, like, I don't know, like, sometimes I wanna cry, and this is just me being, like, really deep, but, like, when we have these, like, deep conversations now, I know how to handle what he needs from me, like, I know what he's
yeah.
coming for, like, I know how to support him, and sometimes I wanna cry, but he's so much more open to me than he's ever been because he knows he can come to me because he knows I can support him in the way he needs to be supported.
Because
But
you're
let me
gonna
tell you.
make him feel comfortable and confident.
Yes, and it didn't happen overnight. It's the same thing with Jackie. Like, I know Jackie comes to me with like whatever random thing she needs to. Literally, me and Jackie have like 4-page messages of random things that are happening throughout the day that probably we're crashing out about that no one else understands why we're crashing out about. And we don't really need someone to tell us like what to do. We just need someone to listen. And that's what Jackie and I are for. Like, we created that bond and that experience that we can help each other create that confidence. And I think this is why I love this episode so much because this is like episode like when you're truly giving back to your friends and helping them feel supported in their journey, if it's doing something new, if it's doing something scary, if it's something doing hard, if it's whatever it is, wherever they are, if it's even the daily day life, right? If it's just like a long week and them just doing life, right? It's supporting their journey wherever they are, the chapter they're in, wherever they are, because
Yeah,
that's how we change the world. We don't change the world by just showing up and expecting people to help us because we helped them, right? Because we
yeah,
thought we helped them, right? Like so many times I think we show up and we think we're helping someone because we're telling them how to feel. We're thinking because I delivered flowers. That's sometimes like, and I think that too, like ask. Like if you're so unconfident, then ask. Like, hey, I really like want to deliver you flowers. Would that be something you would accept, right? Or is there something better I can do for you? Like,
yeah.
ask. I think something too I've heard, and actually my mother-in-law said she really appreciates this about me, is I always ask the deeper questions. So like she was telling me one day we're talking about Ari's name was named after her like her father, and like it makes her sad. And I said, I want to know about your father. Tell me more about her father. Like I was
Yeah.
like, I want to know about your father. And she was like, Ashley, like people don't ask me questions like that. She was like, I felt heard. I felt confident. I felt like, I felt like loved, like, right? And sometimes
Yeah.
it's just the love.
Hmm. Yeah. People just want to feel like they're a part of something because I feel like all of us, a lot of the time, feel like we're alone just because we all have our own interests and our own things. And that's okay that we're so um, unique, but that doesn't mean that we're alone. We're all in this. And just like you always say, in order to have a village, you have to be a villager and you have to show up for people, and sometimes you're showing up for people in ways that like you don't even understand, like things that you don't understand, but you're just trying to be there in whatever way. And I think any sort of showing up, even if you feel like it's not, you don't know what the right way is, like any sort of being there and making someone feel like they're important is going to make their day and boost their, make them shine, boost their confidence.
And I think, this episode isn't, again, it's not just about friendship. It doesn't matter if you're friends with a person. Let's say you know someone at work and they're really creative and there's a special like project that's going around and you saw it on the bulletin board, right? Even though they might have seen it themselves, going up to them and said, "Hey, are you going to apply for that?" Right? Like, that's amazing. Like, they might have not seen that in themselves, right? Like, I think
Yeah.
sometimes it's seeing something like in someone and really pushing them to do it. Like, I think, going back to children, right? Like, it starts with like we learn with children, right? Like, if we give the children the opportunity, they might actually want to do that and they might love what they do, right? And it's the same thing as adults. Like, we're so afraid all the time of what is someone going to respond to me? How is someone going to feel if I say something? But what if you say something to someone and truly change their life? Like, what if, what if you I don't know, like when we worked at Disney, we had this like legacy reward, and it basically meant that this person was like above and beyond, like super dedicated. Da-na-na-na. I will say, side note, totally off topic, but I didn't trust all the Blue Legacy rewards, but most of them, yes. Like, it meant that they were just like outstanding person, right? But you had to nominate them, right? So
Yeah.
if these hundreds of thousands of people didn't nominate them, they would have never felt that confidence that they felt the moment that they were handed that Blue Legacy name tag.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it is up to you to help a neighbor, help a friend, to grow the community that you want, to grow think of it as a flower garden. Do you want weeds in your garden or do you want confident flowers that are beautiful and shining? Because we want beautiful, confident flowers that are shining, which is y'all. We love you all. And this is why this episode's important, because we want to build you guys up. We want you guys to feel confident. We want you guys to wake up every day. And I know it's not going to happen every day because let's be honest, things happen, life happens, right? But we want you to wake up and feel confident and feel so confident that you're going to go make another person feel confident and make another person feel like they can be a superstar. And we
Yeah.
love you all so much. We are so happy you're here. Do you have anything you want to add?
I think that was it. I love this episode. I just think as an introvert, sometimes like I feel like it's a lot of work for me to support others. Not that I don't want to, it just like takes a lot of energy and social ability. And I totally understand that. So if you're feeling that, totally heard. But it makes you feel so good when you're there for someone else. And then when you need that help, like people are going to be there for you too. And that's how the world goes around. So
Yeah. You pour into others, people pour into you, and we just keep building and building.
yeah.
Such a good one, though. We're glad we got to talk about this with y'all. And remember, this episode was talking about really building confidence in others. But if you go back, we talked about last week growing confidence in ourselves. And then the week before that, we really talked about like, you don't need to go backwards in your timeline. Like, you can go forward wherever you are and celebrate whatever chapter you're in.
Yeah. And
So
next week is fun episode.
we will see you next week for our fun episode. We are gearing up for spring. We'll see you then. Bye bye. Every Wednesday. Don't forget.
Thanks for spending time with us today and being part of our Hermit Haven community.
We hope you enjoyed our cozy chat and are inspired to embrace your inner hermit.
Remember, even in the quiet moments, you're never alone on this journey because we are truly all in this together.
So until next time, stay cozy, stay true to yourself, and keep spreading love wherever you go.
Bye for now.
We'll see you next time.